I think we're recording. All right. This is page 5. Over the last couple of days, I've done exactly one panel. There it is. Not an especially dynamic panel, but it did involve a lot of drawing. Maybe these panels will go quicker. I don't know. This one does have a lot of stuff going on. This is what is known as a flashback panel. You can see what I've got here is the character's in the foreground, and he's got a memory in the background that maybe we'll put a cloud around it or something. And make sure it kind of matches what we got here. All right, this is Prometheus Powers recounting what happened on Pellucidar to Vuku. But he's also recounting it for our audience, right? Because we have to assume that the audience hasn't read 9-Volt Monsters. Every comic is potentially someone's first, or at least their first with this story. And that is certainly the case here. So he's going to explain. So let's manage to take it back, but I think it's actually, I think I should write this differently. All right, now he's got to figure out which words are bolded. How about dimensional stella? Let's make that with the word prisoner. And that's the whole story in one sentence. We managed to find the thing that you sent us for, and we stole it from these other guys. And that is most of the foreground drawing. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So, oh, am I doing the right thing? I think I am. Yeah, I am. So this thing right here, that's a reflective squiggle. Little inking trick. We can do another squiggle on the armband too. Titans are all pretty special. Alright, so there he is. Back in 9-volt monsters again. Let's find out where that one is. Select all. Okay. I'm just trying to break off some room off to the side, so we're going to do a breakout panel here. Because it's outside, it's a commentary outside the panel. That's my justification. But I still have to draw this scene of Stardust, because it was Stardust originally, stealing the original Stella, the artifact. Oh shit. Let me make this tiny. Alright. We have to figure out a way to make it clear that this is a flashback scene. It's not actually taking place somewhere near, so we might put a cloud around this, or might come up with some other way to describe the panel. Oof. Right about there. Okay, let's pull the pencils off. It's tiny. So it becomes a question of will it read? And the answer is maybe, maybe not. So I might have to rethink things, but we're going to see. We can go up. We can't shrink things down. So it might be a case that where we're going to have to like go up in size for this item. So for those of you who haven't read the other story, Goooo had captured Prometheus' powers, but was surprised that he was a Titan, able to do things like actually interact with this magical artifact, this obelisk. So he sent him to go fetch it because the alternative was that he was trapped in this magical prison himself. And anybody who kind of tried to cross through his region of the magic realm, he would just kidnap, and in order to keep his realm going, he would put them in these battery crystals, and they couldn't do anything from there but power the realm. The alternative would have been to let the prison realm collapse and everybody in it just be disappeared. certain death. So, as magic using characters would pass through, he would kidnap them and put them into these batteries. And then, once he captured Prometheus' powers, he's like, well, you can power my realm for centuries, or you have a choice. You could go and get this thing. That would free all of us. It's not a great bargain, because we don't know if Vuku's a bad guy, but he's certainly not a good guy. Like, that was not part of the bargain there. And I can just tell you, the Vuku is not a good guy. He's not. But Vuku said, okay, but by the unbreakable bargain, first of all, you have to return for the item. That's one thing that genies can do, is they can make you accept the terms of a magical guise, a magical compulsion, right? So you'll have to return, and if you are successful, I'll release everybody. Scout's honor. And that is exactly what he did. So these guys were successful. He even said, I'll let you take one of the wizards with you as a helper. And it was a good thing, too, because Prometheus' powers actually does not have the ability to traverse dimensions on his own. He can kind of do it with the lantern, or the lamp, rather. The lamp of knowledge. But he's not very good at it. Same thing, problem with his uncle there, Stardust. So anyways, that's basically what happened. They went on this mission to Pellucidar, found the Stella, found Stardust and Stardust's group, and it's actually Van Ruin's group. Stardust was merely a mercenary at this point. Taking Stella away anyways. So they ambushed them and stole it back. And as this story begins, they have returned it and released Vuku. Although Vuku doesn't understand that yet. That's what they're explaining to him. We got it. We were successful. Vuku is overjoyed to hear this, and he accepts the bargain, and he says, okay, well, you and all your friends are released. I have no interest in keeping them. Well, that was quick. Okay, let's take a look at what we can do to make this look more like a... Like, do I have to make it bigger? Can I somehow... Well, I'm trying to do like a black outline or something around Stardust. Stardust is using his strength. See, Stardust is a Titan too, and an exile Titan, just like Prometheus' powers was. Prometheus' powers was exiled first, actually. Alright. Let us attempt... I'm going to use this inserted image here. let us attempt to do some effects on here. We're going to do not quite focus line. Surge, we're just going to do like a partial focus line around the cloud. Those are incorrect. Oh, those are incorrect. That does look a little bit better. Oops. Let's turn this off. What do I do for this background? Got a couple of choices. No background is a fine choice, actually. Let's tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to worry about these speech bubbles first in this breakout panel, and then we'll worry about all the other stuff. Let's do that. So first the breakout panel. Boom. Okay. No problem on that. And then next, narration box. Now, you may have heard me say, oh, use the panel borders to set up your speech bubbles, but I don't think this is true for narration boxes. I mean, you can. It probably doesn't hurt them too much. But I prefer breaking those off of the panel border, even if it's just by a tiny bit. In this case, it's a tiny bit. All right, let's see if we can get this. And then we get our fill color, which is white. And that to me is a working comic panel. See, look, it took me 4 days to do this panel. It took me 18 minutes to do this panel. Not bad. Okay, so let's see if we can, now that we're on a roll, let's get into this one. Now you can see I haven't done much drawing here. In fact, I haven't even drawn Abrax at all. I just drew this circle. That's definition of a rough right there. But it will allow me, I hope, fingers crossed, to, as I draw it, to maintain the energy of the drawing, whatever it is. My one issue that I have, though, is this figure is almost the exact same size as that figure. And I think I want to make them a bit smaller. And the reason for that is, wherever possible and whenever possible, you should try to vary the size of the figures. So these figures are this size, and that's almost the same size here. Going to have to do something about that as well. Also, this will, if we make them smaller here, we give us a little bit more room for that speech bubble, and not that there's a whole lot going on over there. All right, let's keep that how it is. I think that's good. All right, Rusty Nib. You've got the what would you call that? The Tin Tin Quiff, you know? Nintendo was well known for having this swept back, kind of sticking up haircut. The reason Prometheus Powers has that haircut is because I had read that in order to make your character designs stand out more, that you should work at giving them a unique silhouette. So I often give them a hat or an interesting haircut um, to try and make them stand out. And also, I don't stress on it much because you end up with these sort of over-designed, problems that you can't draw in every panel. We want to be able to draw this, for 24 pages straight if we have to. So a good design is not complicated. It's just got something unique about it. And if I draw this character in a silhouette, everybody will know it's him. It's just like the Who's That Pokemon game. In fact, Who's That Pokemon is a testament to how well those characters are designed, that you can have a game where they just show the silhouette and then everyone shouts out an answer. All right, let's take a look. We're on the right track. We are on the right track, baby. I left the hand off. Did that on purpose because I know it's going to have to take a little bit extra time to figure it out. Okay, he's one finger up, two fingers up, this finger out, this finger down, and I slightly miscalculated. That's okay. We're going to take this. As long as we don't change the size, we won't hurt the pixels, which we didn't change the size. I think I got to redraw the thumb. Second of all, let's make sure we have this part done. So for this panel, we didn't go with a background here. We're definitely going to have to do a background here. And luckily we got Abrak standing in the back, so that's going to take up some of the background. But we're going to need to show some curtains or just the throne room wall or something similar in order to pull this particular panel off. How about this? He says, "Behold Vuku." and it appears, right? So maybe what's happened is Abrax here has got another spell going to. Drop the reveal spell, Abrax, and Abrax will say something like, "We've finally given him a line. I was looking for a line to give him, something he could do." He becomes more important when everybody else is off camera. Oh no, you stupid. 14, 6. One-dimensional monolith coming up. With every line that you have a character say, you are revealing their personality, their attitude, right? Okay, I can see what problem I've made for myself now. I've got to push this character as long as we don't, like I said, as long as we don't resize him, we're probably in good shape. So we're going to push him right over here. And we actually have some action for him to do. We can have him casting a spell or dropping a spell. But I have a problem. And the problem is of my own making, so let's fix it. We should be on the pencils layer. Problem is no planning for Abrax to be casting a spell, so we need to show some hand movements, right? And the other thing is we need to show. Oh, I think I can't do it on this. So in this shoulder, I had planned on sticking the monkey thing on this other shoulder, but I think the monkey thing has to be on this shoulder. So there we go. All right. The guy who did the very best spell hand gestures was Steve Ditko. For Doctor Strange. Because he could do these really interesting finger movements, where Doctor Strange would have his fingers, in just such a position. They even tried to kind of mimic that for the movie. All right, let's take a look at Inky, and we're going to erase this area. All right, let's at least fix his turban. Where are we at? 20. Oh, we hit the time wall. All right, I try not to release videos over 30 minutes, no matter how long I work on the video. How long I work on the drawing. I might continue working on this. Whoops. I'm probably going to have to shut the video off very soon. Alright, this is all pretty cool. Let's take a look at his collar. Yeah, his collar goes up. Also, the monkey is going to be on him. Alright. Have I screwed up? Maybe just a little bit. I crushed his turban down a little bit too far. Alright. Alright. That's a start. 32 minutes. Please like, follow, subscribe. More comics every day. We are going to get through this this page. And we're going to get on to the next page, which is already drawn. Alright, so, or at least roughed out. See you later.